Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to Hack the Mountains 3.0. On behalf of the entire HTM team, I, Samriddhi, would like to welcome you all to this community based hackathon where we are regularly conducting such workshops and webinars, including HTM Qubits, in order to strengthen your skills as developers and to help you perform better in the upcoming hackathon. Today, we have with us Ms. Vanshita Singh, a zealous engineering girl tuning her interests into product design and community management. She is professionally working as a UI UX designer at Cervelo India Private Limited. We are very excited to have you here today and we cannot wait to see what you will be sharing with us. So, without further delay, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Samriddhi, for such warm welcome and great introduction. I'm very privileged to be the speaker here, and I'm thankful for Hack the Mountains to invite me as a speaker for this session. So moving forward, I just as Samriddhi already told, I am a UI UX UI UX enthusiast, and I have paved my interest into design when I was in my second year. I got to know there was an intuition in my conscious that I have my career in design only and I have to follow it. So there I am. I am pretty much in a good place right now, and I am happy that I will grow more in this field. So without any much delay and without like doing any chit chat, let's move to the topic. So I am presenting my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all. My PPT, I guess. Samriddhi, are you there? You can just confirm.
Yes, it is totally visible.
Okay. Thank you so much, Samriddhi. So it's just an introduction that what is UI UX, and what we'll be talking today is UI UX and design. Many of us, or many of the people, specifically in India, are of the notion or are of the thoughts that design is similar. UI UX is also design, graphic design is UI UX, and all those things. Well, I want to like literally tell that before getting into UI UX and before getting into design, I also felt that. But when I got into this field, I figured out that there are multiple of various things, or multiple of terminologies, jargons, and everything that you come up when you come into the design field. The graphic design is not UI UX. UI UX is not graphic design, and similarly, visual design is different from user experience. Customer experience is different from user experience. So there are very much there is like a wide variety of terminology that you will come across when you dive deeper into this field. So as you can see many things on my screen, that introduction to UI UX, my photo, and that's my introduction, and there's a small circle at the top that says UX is greater than UI. You all will be wondering that how it is possible, as UI is the thing that we see on the screen. UX is what is this UX? So you will get to know after like some time. So just be patient. Before starting, I just want to know from like people who are like watching here and who are like interested in UI UX, or like they want to pave their career in UI UX. Like, do you know that where does this UI UX come from, or where does this UX come from? Like, is it like a theoretical term? Is it like a bookish knowledge, or is it like something else? Like any notions that where does this UX user experience came from, and how does it embed beautifully into the digital industry? So, like anybody who has any notion can comment on the uh, chat, and of course we will take that answers afterwards. So like let me tell you that user experience has derived from nature. Like what the nature is, the user experience follows the same pattern. For example, like talking in simpler terms, like if you see that as from childhood, from since we were born, we have been shown that growing up means increasing. That if we increase in height, if the tree increase in height, if anything increases, it means that yeah, like it's growing up. So so from similar thing, from similar from this fact that yeah, anything that is growing, anything that is increasing, it's moving upward. We have derived a notion that the increasing thing would be depicted by the increasing arrow, and the decreasing thing or decreasing percentage or numerals or anything will be depicted by the decreasing arrow. So this is how the user experience has been derived from the nature. So like if anybody who has like any made a UI or a UX or any something like that, and or have gone through, not even made, have gone through any UI UX, you have experienced that if someone in the website or any app or any something depicts that the increasing thing with the downward arrow and the decreasing thing with the upward arrow, you will feel like what is this? It is wrong, of course, because of course the increasing thing always shows with the upward arrow. So this is how the user experience, and this is how the nature dives in the user experience, and how it is the user experience we had has been derived from the nature itself. So everything that we experience in our daily life has a part of UX or has a part of user experience embedded to it. I would like everybody to just go and switch on and like go and switch on and switch off any of the switch that is near to you, and like just do that. I will take a 2 minute pause and just come back, and I will like then explain what does that this activity means. So yeah, like just go to anywhere near your place and just switch on and switch off the switch, each whichever is like accessible to you. Yeah. So I guess yeah, okay. So I'm not wasting much time, as I'm not seeing if you're don't if you're doing or not doing. So everybody, according to me, has for switch on has done some specific action, and for switch off has done some specific action. Has pushed the right right bottom of the switch for switching on, and has pushed the upper part of the switch to switch off, of course, right? Nobody has done the vice versa thing, of course. No, no, no. I guess that the switch works, the switch, all of the like switches work in the same way. So this is user experience, of course. Okay, that there's no like manual written there that yeah, for switching on you have to push the bottom part, for switching off you have to push the upper part. There's no manual written there. There's nothing written in this switch, but you know that yeah, the switching on means that you have to move, touch the bottom part or push the bottom part, and for switching off you have to push the like upper part of the switch. So this is called user experience. But if I talk about UI, so I guess like for everybody the switches designs are different. For every company, every company makes the best of the best designs is for the switches. Like some make black switches, some make white switches, some make rectangular, some make square, and something like that. So the UI differs, but not the UX. The process is the same. So that's how the UX is better than UI. You will know more about it when we go forward. Let's move forward. So what we will be covering, we will be covering the 4 simple topics today. That will be, of course, of your interest. Basic knowledge. Well, many I have heard many of the times that what is UI UX? Is it just making the different geometrical shapes, or just putting the rectangles in the box, or putting the squares in the box, or just making something? No. I will tell you what is the UI UX. Then UX is greater than UI. Uh, Till now, I have encountered many of the people who feel that UI UX is the same thing. We'll let you know that what is the difference. Software is required. Can UI be made on Microsoft Paints? Yeah. Well, the answer will be very much known to all of you, but yeah, we will dive deeper. Future scope: is there any need of UI UX designers in future? Hmm. That's quite a logical and like a काम आने वाला question. So we will move forward with this content. Basic knowledge. ये क्या UI UX लगा के रखा है? What is this? Like right now we have like like in 2 3 years, in the span of 2 3 years only, we have heard this term very much, very much. Like that is the industry, the UI UX industry is now like one of the trending industry now. And the UI UX term is almost used and is almost known by every person. And so like we all like, what is this UI UX, क्या लगा रखा है? So yeah, of course, let me know. Let me tell you क्या लगा रखा है. So let's get into terminologies. पहले terminologies. UI is user interface. It relates specifically to screens, buttons, and other visual and interactive features a person uses to interact with a digital product. If you use an app, if you use a website, the button you press, the hovering action, the color contrast that you can see on the screen, the the profile picture in the circle that you can see on the screen is all the part of UI. It contains all the technical things that we have to present to the user to make it look good. But what is user experience? Is how a user feels whenever they interact with a product or service. That if I feel good when I go to this website and I click and I go through the flow, or is I feel like confusing? Is I feel, or do I feel like ki, what I am doing here is like it's none of the use to me? Then that is called bad user experience. So that's how the user experience defines the user behavior towards the product. Let's go simpler. That was the technical terms and terminologies. As I know that, yeah, many of you will find it very boring. So let's go simpler. As you can see, here is a picture that a man going through the like rough lane with the full of mud and all those things is termed as user experience, and the concrete path that that is built is called as design, or I can say UI. So how does this picture depicts user experience? So it depicts like that like for a normal sunny day, if I'm going to my workplace through this path, uh, in my mind, like it's a human psychology that if there's a path that is cutting through the normal path, we will tend to take that shortcut to reach that destination faster. So that's the a man is doing, and that's how the user experience is done. That he found that this is a shorter path, it is good, I can reach faster to that point, so I will take that path. He left that good, embellished, symmetrical path and take the rough path. But whenever, but when it's raining, or when it's not like a good day, good sunny day, then that path will have a bad user experience, because it will be full of mud. It will be full of mud puddles and everything. So a person will not will taking that path, except in India. Exceptional is always the case. So in India, as we see, people are people used to take that path only, even if they even at the cost of going into the mud puddles. But in normal case, talking about the normal humans, the normal humans won't take that path. They will take a path that is concrete, that is good, where they won't get dirty. So this is how the user experience change accordingly to the circumstances, according to the situations. I hope that you got the like what I'm saying. And what is the user interface here? The user interfaces deals with the technicalities and the looks. As you can see, that rough path is not at all looking good. Of course, it's unsymmetrical. It has no borders. It has no like concrete path running around, and it has no padding. It has no symmetry. Nothing. But that concrete path has symmetricity, and also it has the borders that like depicts that, yeah, you can't go like beyond this. beyond this is a rough path. And there's a padding, there's a proper alignment because it is well structured. So this is how the user interface and user experience works. So like I hope you got the notion that what is the user experience and what is UI. Like you can see that it is not only about the digital products, it's in our daily life. In our daily life we can see the examples, we can see various numerous millions examples of user experience and UI. Moving forward, looking from different perspective, of course a user interface is like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not that good. Of course user interface is a thing that can be presented. You can present it, you can make you can attract the user, you can make you can make the user to come to your website or to visit it. But if the user experience is not good, if the user is not feeling good after visiting your website, then the user interface is like a joke. It's nothing, it's useless then. So of course I hope that you got to know that what is the value of user interface in that perspective. UI elements, like a combination of UI elements, like can I can say a combination of UI elements can make a user interface. Like what are the UI elements? Like here I mentioned colors, shapes, lines, texture, types, space, forms, images, and so on. There are many types of UI elements. Hence, if we dive deeper, we will get to know. But these are the main fundamental UI elements. And if we combine these UI elements, then it will result into a nice looking UI if we know about the everything. As you can see, this is the official website of Slack. I have taken an example of that. You can all visit the Slack official website. Then and you can see that it's a very simple or decent looking website. No, nothing embellished, no, nothing fancy, no fancy text or colors or like too much of colors or something like that used in. They just followed one color theme, and they have just followed the color theme, and they have just gone minimalistic. So you can see that there's a color contrast, there's a proper color contrast, there's a black and white image that is that is not that is like that should not be emphasized. So they have kept it black and white. There are two black and white that should not be emphasized. They are just a fillers that we call it as a fillers. So they should not be emphasized. So they have kept it in black and white. There's a proper margin. You can see that there's a proper margin from both the side. There's a proximity. Proximity is the spacing between the two sections. So there's a proper proximity, and there's a proper padding. So you can see that there are a lot of structures and technical terms here in this website. So this is UI. This is a proper UI. And if we talk about UX, UX is about empathy. What is this empathy? You must have heard this word empathy, that you should have the empathy with the users. You should have UX is all about empathy. So empathy is nothing but just thinking from the mind of the user. If you are thinking from the mind of the user that what the user feels, keeping yourself in the shoe of the user, or then you will empathize with it, the user in every manner. uh, like if like to have to, that as I have written, to have an empathy on someone, you need to know about him or her. Think about the users a lot. You have to study, and empathy requires data. You have to study about the user. To you don't have to study about like one type of user. If you're building a product or if you're building a something, you have to study about every type of users. Is that for for a small kid, will that product will be feasible? For a normal youth, the will that product will be feasible? And for a normal gen 3 people, will the product will be feasible? You have to think from the perspective of the every user, and for that it requires data, it requires research. If I quote an example here, Microsoft Teams has a very unique feature that whenever you are like they have the icons, they have the colors. Of course, they have the colors for away, waiting, active. they have the colors that whenever the user is away, away from the laptop or away from the teams or is not online, then they have a color that is red, or and whenever he is impending or is waiting, then its the color is orange or a yellowish orange. And if he the user is active, then it is green. But they have kept one thing in mind, that they have, if you have noticed, that they have included it a small sign within every color, within every color, like for every representation, for like away or for like not available, there's a minus or a subtraction sign within that red circle. For active, there's a tick mark icon for within that green circle, and for pending there's a clock icon. So why does that? What is the need for doing that? Anybody like who can brainstorm? Like, why does what is that? What is the mindset for doing that thing? They can just even show the colors. Like, of course, we can all see the colors and we can know that, yeah, the green one means active and all that, we know. So what? Why is that thing? Because uh, let me tell you, because they kept in mind the perspective of the colorblind people. The colorblind people will obviously find it difficult to distinguish between the three colors. So they have kept in perspective. So they have kept the perspective that for the colorblind people, we have to include something that would be quite visible to them, quite obvious to them, so that they shouldn't be left confused. That, yeah, what does this sign means? Okay, so this is how the Microsoft Teams designers empathize with the users, or with every type of the users. So this is called all the empathy, and having empathy with the users. Like, looking from the different perspective, and this is the perspective I was talking about, how users feel. I hope everyone has booked a train from via IRCTC website, and have gone through the experience of booking a flight, or how to book a flight via Vistar or any other uh, like uh, like any other third party tool. Then you know that the user at the end becomes very frustrated. I personally have experienced that, very frustrated when I book a train via ICTC website or an app. But when I book a flight or something via any SpiceJet or Indigo or Vistara, it was a very seamless experience. Why so? Because user experience. The user experience of booking a flight via Vistara website is very much seamless, and is very much straightforward, intuitive, and even the user has been informed at every time that what his action is resulting so booking flight via like a Vistara or any of the booking website is very delightful, uh, is soothing. But via IRCTC website, it's not very soothing. First of all, because of its optimization, the loading time, everything. So it doesn't feel good while we go through. Well, it's so though you can doesn't so you can see the difference, that how the user experience differs in both of the things. So UX is about giving customers what they really want in the easiest way possible. As we know, we are the lazy people. Okay, we don't want to work hard. We don't want to uh, like take a mind into something and literally go through it. We just want it to finish it off. So UX is all about that. That it is about giving in what the customers, what the user want, and in the easiest and the fastest way possible, so that they can reach the result in in seconds or in minutes. So they can be happy that, yeah, I have done this work in minutes. It takes way less time. I am. I will be most probably doing this work from this website again, because it takes way less time. So this is called as user experience. Now comes the main part. UX is not equal to AI. As the person who is sipping up the cup of coffee at the desk says, UX is UI, change my mind. And most of the people who are like who doesn't have a proper knowledge about design have the same motion. And of course, I am here to change your mind. So yeah, let's go. Figure it yourself first. Of course, it like if you don't figure it yourself, you won't learn. So figure it yourself. Both are the UI. It's a it's a legend ketchup bottle example. So this is a ketchup bottle. Both are the ketchup bottles with different UI. One is upwards, one is downwards, as it is shown, as you are already you can see obviously. So does UX matter here? Oh, like I want to see the comments afterwards. I will see the comments afterwards. So please be sure to make the comment that yeah, you can see, you cannot see. Just say yes or no. I won't answer much. I won't expect much. Like, does the UX matter here? Uh, yeah, I will give you some time to answer. Yes, the UX matters here. See, the cartoon character is struggling with the two bottles. The cartoon character is struggling with the first bottle to get the ketchup out on his hamburger or what is hot dog. But the in the second example, well, the character is very easily pouring the ketchup on his hot dog. Why? Why so? Because the in the first example, the ketchup bottle is first of all it's in upright position, like the bottle the cap the bottle of the cap bottle is upward and it's like in upright position. So we have to rotate the bottle and just push the thing out of it, because it is all in the bottom of the bottle, it's all in the bottom of the bottle. So we have to push it out of it forcefully. But in the second example, we have a bottle with the cap at the bottom. And as so the UX is derived from nature, gravity. So so the ketchup, as soon as we open the lap lid, and the ketchup starts pouring over it very easily. We don't have to even squeeze it, because because of course the gravity works here. No, none of the like there's no two opinions. So this is how the UX differs. And there's a proper handle as well. If you can see, there's a proper handle in the second bottle, so that the user can even have a grip while holding the bottle. So this is how the UX matters in a ketchup bottle even. See, I haven't taken any digital example or like a website example or app example. I'm just taking the real world example, and you can see that how UI UX matters in a simple real life examples. So yeah, it matters of course. UX is greater than UI, of course. I as you can as you have seen, and you as I have already proved. But if you still have a second thought, then I can tell you that UX is greater than UI. Interaction design, visual design, and many other things, as you can see in this subset sort of a thing. Uh, like I have studied set in like 8th or 9th and 10th. I don't know. So yeah, a subset sort of a thing. So as you can see, interaction design, UI, visual design, all in like one place. And what is the universal set? The universal set is user experience design. So of course, UX is greater than UI. A UX design covers everything regarding the user experience, from basic functionality to interactions. You can see the flow. You can see how the user will go from first page to the last page. How he will, on clicking login button, he have to go to the home page, not to some other page, of course. On clicking on the sign up thing, he has to go to the sign up page. The user has that flow in his mind. So we as a designer has a responsibility to follow that same flow. We don't being creative and being illogical has like a very line listing line. So we have to be like very creative, but we have to keep in mind that what does the user think, because we can't go away from like what is going on. Like it's going on that yeah, you're clicking on login button redirects me to this home page, and I'm over. Login is over, I don't have to fill in all the details. So we have to do that. We don't have to make the user or going through the login page and fill in the details then go into the home page. No, we have to give him a good user experience. So this is how the UX covers UI. UI is just basic thing that I told you: the buttons, the rectangular cards, the shapes, geometric, and everything that is the terminals that covers the technical terms are called UI. Still, right? Still, you if you have the doubt that how is that? Yeah, no, UX is not greater than UI, or UX is not equal to UI. I think you will believe me now, because like there's a Google Baba to prove it. So yeah, it's no secret that Google's interface design is minimalist and sticks to crucial elements like the input and the search bar. Okay, as you see, as you visit the google.com, just type in google.com and you will see a very dull looking page. No, nothing fancy, no fancy text, no colors, just white page, basic page, with a search bar and a search button that is accessible to the user in between the page. It's in the center of the page, so you can see that, of course. In UI design terms, Google offers a basic interface. There's little sophistication. There's no visual fuss about any of it. Of course, it's very straightforward. You have to you have come to Google because you want to search something. So search. No if and buts. No going here and there. Okay. So with that said, the user experience that Google offers is far from basic. So the UI is very simple, but the user experience that the Google offers is like top notch. People know that they can always turn to Google for quick information. The web app goes the distance in offering an experience that gets people what they want fast. See, the fast terms comes here as well. We are lazy people. I am repeating, we are lazy people and we want things to be fast. So the Google is solving that problem, and that's why it's hit. That's why people are again and again coming to Google and searching for various things, because it doesn't even involve any other content on this website, or on google.com. No news updates, no recent updates, no recommendations, nothing. It just gives you a search bar and a search button, and you have to search it, and you will get a list of things that you have there. So yeah, and this proves that UX is greater than UI. Yeah. Now, like now comes the technical part. That yeah, what like okay, we have understood that UI is and UX is all about everything, and everything consists of that. Now, coming to the realistic life, that if I want to implement UI UX, how will I implement? Will I implement on Microsoft Paint? Uh, or like I don't know. Will you all implement it on Microsoft Paint? No, of course. It's not Microsoft Paint, of course. Making UI is as easy as making a hut in MS Paint. Since childhood, we are making hut sceneries and everything on Microsoft Paint. So, yeah, I have compared making UI with that, because, yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy if you make, if you have a proper terminologies, if you have the proper concepts in your head, then it's very easy to make a UI. Hey, and to make a UI, or in a in to make a UI, but it depends. Here it also depends on which software or which tool you are making. See, I told you. The example here shows that you can make a UI at Microsoft Paint as well. It is a Microsoft Paint, the same structure. You can draw the same structure on Microsoft Paint, and here's a like a snapshot of Figma. But what differs? Like, what is the difference? Result is same, right? Here, the user experience differs. The Microsoft Paint doesn't give that good user experience that Figma gives. Figma is fast. You can just make a rectangle and just type the text, change the font and everything at just one click. For in MS Paint, you have to like literally go through everything. You have to like draw everything. So yeah, here also UX matters more than UI. But yeah, talking about the UI, UI cannot be make, of course, in MS Paint. There's a proper tools for it, and these are the tools for it: Figma, Sketch, InVision, Adobe XD. There are many tools for it, but I have introduced, or I have like written or enlisted here the famous tools that are being used in the industry for UI UX. Figma, first number. Not for like I'm not rating anyone, but yeah, like it's my personal favorite. So yeah, that much leverage can be done. That much leverage can be given to Figma. The all-in-one design platform, you can access it from the browser as well as it's free to use. Figma is an all-in-one design platform. Why it is all-in-one? Because you can do everything related to UI plus UX on Figma. Figma offers FigJam. FigJam is a like a grid board sort of a thing, or like you can say brainstorming board sort of a thing, where multiple users can come and can brainstorm, like can make story maps, can make information architectures, user flows, and many different things that UX consists of. And Figma offers a like a good white canvas where you can make a UI and wireframes. So yeah, it's an all-one design platform. Also, you can also prototype the UI in Figma itself. You don't have to like install, or don't have to go to the third-party software to prototype all your designs. You can do it on Figma itself, and can even share or to people in your organization, or to people whom you want to show. So yeah, and it's of course my personal favorite and preferable tool, and there's a reason for it. Sketch. Sketch is a software for macOS. It is known as a digital design tool, and its primary usage is UI and UX. Design of mobile, web, desktop, and wearables. Okay. Sketch is preferable, like as a software preferably for macOS, like for Apple devices, and yeah, it also covers the same thing, that its primary usage is making for the UI UX. It has different types of predefined like predefined frames, like for iPhone, for Android, for Apple watches, and for everything. So they have like predefined frames in which you have to make the UI. So you don't have to like search for like what is the dimension of iPhone 12, what is the dimension of Android. No, you don't have to like all time search for this. No, you can just select the frame. So that is quite handy, and it is also in Figma. So, so yeah, so that is the thing. But one disadvantage: Sketch doesn't offer prototyping. It has millions of things. Like it can give you. It has a community itself also. Like as all of you know that Figma has a community that can provide plugins and templates and everything. Sketch also have a community, and it can provide everything, but it doesn't have a prototyping thing. Sketch depends on InVision for prototyping. Like Sketch and InVision goes hand in hand, and for like a Sketch builds a prototype, InVision Sketch builds a design, and InVision prototypes the design, like making uploads. So yeah, also Sketch is licensed, so it's not free to use. InVision is a prototyping tool created for designers by designers. It allows you to quickly and easily create interactive mockups for your designs. Sketch and InVision work hand in hand. As I said, InVision is a prototyping tool. It's not a designing tool. You can't design anything, or you can't make a UI in InVision. You can only prototype. Type AI in InVision, and InVision has a and Sketch has a plugin for InVision, so you can directly import your files from Sketch to InVision and easily connect those designs together. So yeah, it's quite handy, but yeah, you have to resort to third party app for that. You have to like keep the license for two softwares, or you have to pay for two softwares for doing a single thing. And in Figma you have to, like, of course it's free to use also, but if you want to upgrade, then you have to pay a for one software for doing several things. So yeah, that's why Figma is my favorite. Adobe XD. Adobe XD is a powerful and easy to use vector-based experience design platform that gives teams the tools they need to craft. Adobe XD is also a very good like a UI UX or designing tool that I have encountered. before encountering Figma, I have been working on Adobe XD, and it was like a delight to work on Adobe XD as well. The one thing that I found that Figma is more good than Adobe XD. Adobe XD is that Figma doesn't need that you don't need to install any app or something for Figma. You can like that you can access it from anywhere, like from your phone even. But for Adobe XD, you should need to have an app for it. So yeah, that's quite like a con for Adobe XD. He also like in Figma, you don't have to pay to call or to share the file with anyone. In Adobe XD, if you want to share the file, you have to pay. So yeah, and that is the also that is why Figma that and that so that is why Figma is also like above Adobe XD for me. Future scope. Now, like, I purposely put this meme because there is a proper discussion on this thing, like on this thing in my like previous organization or in my previous like between my colleagues and between my classmates in the college that everybody asks, what क्या scope है design का? Does design have any scope? I used to answer बहुत scope है. And some people ask them नहीं scope है, कोई scope नहीं है. Let me answer through the statistics. Okay. Is UI UX design booming? UI UX design booming? Yeah, I can say, yeah, it's booming. As you can see, in like 2 years only, how much the UI UX designers and UI and how much the like demand of the UI UX designers have increased. You can see it's quite visible. But how you can say that it won't get like outdated after some time, or it won't decline after some time? So I can say that because UI UX can't be replaced by AI. You can't replace UI UX by AI. As you can see that as the world is progressing, as we are progressing towards the 22nd century, and we are progressing towards the further centuries, we are seeing that everything that was done by humans are being replaced by robots. Even like I have read some news that some company has made a robot his CEO. Like, okay, I was like very astonished. I was surprised, startled by seeing that. Okay, but UI UX is a thing, is a domain that can't be replaced by robots because it needs user, it needs a human mind. Robot can do many things. Robot artificial intelligence can do many things, but can't have a human mind, human psychology. So, of course, the future is quite bright for UX professionals, and there are new opportunities opening up every day with the progress of mobile and web design. So by this you can even like judge that what will be at like what will be the scale of UI UX in future. Of course, um, some stats, nothing like that. Basic stats you can search even on Google. I have also searched in Google. 24,000 UI UX job openings worldwide today. There are 24,000 UI UX job openings worldwide every day, and it's increasing every day. As of August 2020, even in the middle of a global pandemic, like even in the middle of the global pandemic, then every company was laying off the people they have hired, or there was no pretty much vacancy in any of the company. Even in the middle of global pandemic, there were 2,347 UX designer jobs posted on LinkedIn alone. Only on LinkedIn. I think about 2,346, 347 UX designer jobs. There are multiple roles as well for the people working in this industry. So this is how it's just this. So like these stats shows that how vast the UI UX industry and the design industry is, and what is the scope of this industry in the future. There's no if and but for this thing. Scope is good. Okay. Some people ask, okay, scope is good. What about the roles? Like there are just one role, UX designer, UI designer. That's it. I can't hear of any other roles. So here is a list, and there are multiple roles that demands the specialization of skills in UX. You can pursue any of these roles. You can pursue any of these roles if you want to be in a UI UX or design industry. Okay? And of course, these all roles requires a basic knowledge of human understanding, human psychology, UX, and UI. Uh, Even a product manager that works in a company, he has a knowledge of UX. Uh, so that's the thing. So this is all in an increasing order. If I say jobs are fine, okay. Now people ask, okay, jobs are fine, okay. We can scope is good, jobs are also there, but where to find them? We don't know how to find them. A lot of people ask to me that I don't know where to find the jobs for UI UX. I don't know where to go, where to resort to, like if I want to apply any of the in any of the roles that I have shown above. Then these are the options that are present for you. There are multiple out there, but I have mentioned some famous one, and that you can go and you can apply, and you will obviously get the results because I have done the same. I have also done the same. So the UX job boards, Angel.co, as you know, and Angel List, UX Hack is also a platform. It offers both the full-time internship and the contractorship, that is a freelance for UI UX design. Uh, LinkedIn, of course, LinkedIn has multiple job openings. It's a best app or a web app and like a mobile app to find any job. Like Glassdoor in all on Glassdoor you can also see the reviews and also can apply for the job. And Behance is like a proper designer thing where you can apply, where you can present your portfolio from Behance itself. So yeah, we are at the end of our session. I guess the times is also up. I almost took 30 more than 30 minutes. So yeah, I hope that you all have fun in this session, because I just mentioned that it will be different and it will be fun. So yeah, of course. So yeah, I hope that you all have like I have met the expectations of all of you present here. And I can say that the people who will like who has gone through the session will now just be sipping a cup of will be sipping a cup of like a green tea with an enlightenment. Yeah, I just found about UI UX and design. Okay. So
Thank
yeah.
you, ma'am. It
uh,
was a wonderful session, and we have
yeah.
a lot of comments and questions here.
Okay.
We can take at least one or two questions before we end.
Yeah, just once again, like let me just share this thing.
Yeah,
If
yeah, of course.
Thank you if first of all, thank you if you like for all the people who have joined here. And if any one person from you felt that this topic was helpful, or this session was helpful to you, and you got some new insights, you got some new learnings, then do share your insights or learnings on social media. And like, of course, it's all about good user experience. It would be good user experience if you tag me and HTM to your post. So yeah,
Definitely,
do
ma'am.
yeah. So do share your insights and like everything. And like last PPT, of course, thanks. Formalities. Do you have any questions? If you do have any questions, then reach out to me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram,
Um,
anywhere.
we have
Yeah.
a question. I have a few questions here in the comment sections also.
Okay.
So the first one is by Puneet Bhati. He is
Okay.
asking, "What is your design process?"
Okay, what is my design process? That is quite a deeper question. So, like, what's the name?
Maybe you can
Puneet
just,
Bhati.
yeah, maybe you can just give a brief idea.
Yeah, of course. Puneet Bhati, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Puneet Bhati. So hi Puneet Bhati. Thank you for this question. Of course, I would love to answer this, and I would love to, and I am like really impressed to know that you actually know our design process. So my design process is just like a very simple design process that. Whenever I get a problem statement, or whenever I get like a product or get a project from a manager, we have like a workshop, 2 to 3 days of workshop, where dev team, the design team, and the BA team, that is the analyst team, sit together and we brainstorm. What we brainstorm? We brainstorm about the requirements. Like, because the UX team don't like, I in my company, I talking about my company Survelo. In our company, the UX team don't we don't directly interact with the clients at the first. The BA team interacts, so they tell the requirements from the clients. We note down the requirements. We tell them that what are the enhancements that we can do. The dev team tells that what are the technicalities and what is the scope that we can cover in that. Proper time period, like sprints. And if there are if there are some blockers or something, we restrict some things for the next sprint or for the next task. Then after that, we make information architecture. The information architecture is like a technical term where we include all the technical notes that the user goes through. Then we test then we take the user testimonials. If the client has given some product, then we ask the client that you have to do the survey. We make a proper Google form or Microsoft form with the questions, like our journal questions, and we float that form to them, and he took take the survey for like 14 to 43 people, and we get the result, and we analyze that result, and then we note down and we got the conclusions, the insights, and after that we make the proper amendments according to the result, that yeah, this is the good thing that we have noticed, and this is not we have to do, because this is not tuning up with the users. So this is
Okay.
you got user testimonials. After that, we make the user flow. That what will be the user flow? The flow of make proper flow chart of getting through the first screen to and the last screen, and then the wireframes, and then the hi-fi designs, the high fidelity designs. That's it.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Another question um, is there any how do you make sure client requirements are met and they are satisfied, as sometimes it can be too demanding to do so many changes?
Sure, that's quite a Rona for designers. बहुत सारे changes हो रहे हैं. Okay, so yeah, of course. We That's why we brainstorm all the requirements before end only. That yeah, like for this first launch, we will consider only this much of requirements, and we from as a UX designer, we are have a responsibility that like whatever the requirements that come from the clients and from the users, we elevate that requirements, we make them better, we make the features better, we deliver them better, we add up some things to the requirements, and we add up few things from our end, so that they can feel that yeah, we have done something extra from our end. So they can be satisfied from the end that yeah, we have already done better, and now we can push our new requirements to the other sprint or to the other week. And as to coming to the second part, that yeah, of course the changes can be too demanding, because some of the clients are too um, like tough to handle, because they don't agree to the point of us, and they don't feel like they can be wrong. So for that, we come up with the proper justifications, we come up with the proper research, we come up with the user testimonials. The user testimonials are the main thing that can shut off the clients if they are wrong and prove us right. So that is the thing we come up with, so that they can like consider our point even. Yeah, I hope that
Okay,
I
we have
answered your question,
yeah,
Vimlesh. Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. We have a time for just one last question. Is
Okay.
there any certification for UI or UX developer?
Developer. Okay, so UI UX developer. If I go to this term properly, UI UX developer means the person who designs and code as well. So this term stands for that, stands for those person that who designs the website or product. It's him or herself, and codes him or herself. Yeah, of course there are many of the I can say certifications and courses out on the Interaction Design Foundation, Google UX design course, and many of the other, yeah, Udemy and everything we have, on Udemy we have some of the free courses as well, if you want to pursue for UX and UI design. And for development part, I'm not the right person, but yeah, for UI UX design, then of course you have many of the courses. I will share it on my LinkedIn. I forgot to put on my PPT because I don't think that certification like helps a bit. But yeah, I will of course put on my post the same like on my LinkedIn or Instagram so that you can catch up.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today. Before we end, I would like to inform our viewers that they can visit the links showing in the banner below, where they'll find everything related to our upcoming webinars, workshops, and our offline sessions. You can also join us on Discord, and you can say hi in the welcome chat, and all the links will be shown below. We will be having hackathon in hybrid mode, and we will be having multiple online sessions and webinars. And we are having the offline session of HTM at Manavrishna International University on 17th and 18th September, and we really hope we'll see all of you there soon. You can also follow our Instagram page for regular updates on hackathon. Once again, ma'am, it was wonderful talking to you today, and loved how the way you talked about everything, and it was so detailed and it was so enlightening. I'm sure everyone learned something here. So
Yeah, yeah, like UX is, and UX and UI is all about out like being funny, light-hearted. So you have to be calm and you have to enjoy. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the session, and I'm really thankful to Samriddhi and to everyone at the HTM backend team to inviting me, and for like letting me host this session. Thank you so much.
okay, um, we'll be ending now. For more information, you can visit hackthemountains.tech, where you will be shown every